All right, Bryn, are you ready to talk?
I'm so ready. Yeah. I'm on my
Did,
phone,
did,
so this is a great place for me.
oh, don't you want to put down your phone so we can talk?
Oh, no, actually, I'm going to stay on my phone for this entire call, and you're going to love it.
Oh, you know what? That's fair because we are going to talk about mobile apps for Dynamics, right?
Yes, we
Uh,
are. Very exciting topic for today.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are on the go these days, so that would probably be an exciting topic, and I hope they are
Yeah.
informed by this presentation. So, Bryn, right away, I just wanted to say to the audience, Microsoft Dynamics is very robust on the desktop, but a lot of people don't know how powerful it is on the mobile app. And today we're going to show them kind of a highlights reel of what you can do with the Dynamics app. In my opinion, you can pretty much do anything you can on the desktop. Like they're very closely aligned, right?
Yeah, they're very closely aligned. All of your same tasks, creating appointments, tracking sales, all that kind of stuff you can always do from your phone as well, which you're right. I don't think a lot of people necessarily know.
For all of you watching, we're going to give you an overview. And at the end of the video, if you have questions about something specific or you want to see a future session, just go ahead and comment on the video wherever you saw this and let us know if you have additional thoughts, or you can hit us up on LinkedIn and we can answer questions specifically for you. To get started, Bryn, so does it matter if I'm using an iPhone or a Droid? Are the apps the same?
They are the same, yes. So I'm on an iPhone today, but you could be on an Android phone. And the apps, once you're in them, right, once you get them from your app store, or wherever you're downloading your app, will be the exact same experience.
And we'll talk about if I can get this on my refrigerator panel or my stove
Yeah.
panel in another session down the road,
Yeah,
because that seems to be the way the world is going.
definitely. I think that's a great update.
Yeah, or like in my car on the go, because nothing screams safety like doing your CRM updates while you're driving your car.
Yeah, send a couple emails while you're in traffic, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so right away, I see there's three different apps here. And can you go through what each of these apps are? Are they all available? And why would I pick one over the other?
Yeah, so the reason that we wanted to talk a little bit about this today is because if you go into your app store and you type in Dynamics, you're going to get three apps that pop up. Or you'll probably get a multitude, but there are three apps right up at the top that are all from Microsoft that look a little familiar. So we're just going to go through which to use and why. So the first option that we see right up on the top left there is for the Dynamics 365. This was like the very first Dynamics app that was ever built. It is not really supported anymore today, but if you are still using it, you can have access to it. It's almost like a web browser version of D365 that you can get on your phone. However, the two newer apps just to the right there are probably going to be a better fit for if you're, looking to really take advantage of the more robust tasks and opportunities and options that you have inside the app. So we've got the sales app right in the center. That's the one that we're going to be mostly walking through today. We might do another follow up maybe on the Power Apps app in the future. Really, what that one is for is if you have robust custom apps, if you have a lot of advanced customizations, rendering, things like that, custom apps, Power Apps that you want to have access to, you can get all of those and more inside Power Apps. But for most of our customers and most sales teams, that Center Sales app is the one that we're going to want to really use for our day to day and to streamline our operations. But there are three, so there's a couple to choose from. You want to go right for the Center, the Sales app.
Okay, that's really good to know because I know like the natural instinct is to download something that says Dynamics 365, I would assume. So it's
Yes.
good to know this, and hopefully people that are using Dynamics internally right now hear this and stop using the Dynamics 365 app and go to that sales app.
If you're using that D365 app on the left, no shame, but maybe by the end of the video, we'll have convinced you to move over to the sales app for some advanced features.
I think that's a great idea. And I do think that we should make another session about the Power Apps because for those of you who don't know, the Microsoft CRM, the Dynamics 365 sales, service, marketing are all built on the Power App platform. And the Power App platform
Yes.
allows you to do some really amazing things to extend your CRM, but also just to create operational flows through your company. So it's worth exploring at a different date. For the sales app, Bren, let's just go ahead and get in this. And I don't think we really need to see a full demo, but maybe just do some of the common things that customers do, like look up contacts, I don't know if you could look up a dashboard here. Just maybe lead us around kind of a high level tour. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give a quick scroll. This is my homepage. This is just like my homepage in my browser version or my desktop version of Dynamics 365. You can see right off the bat, it's going to show me some recent contacts that I've interacted with, emails that I might have sent, people that I've added recently are going to show up in here. I also can scroll through just my recent records. So if I wanted to open like an existing account here, you can pull that up, just get kind of like a quick view. If I want to edit, you can see I've got that little crayon top right-hand corner there that it would allow me to edit this record. I can add notes. I can set reminders. I can send opportunities, send emails, all within just one click, just getting inside this record, which is a very nice experience. It's even easier, honestly, than using the full browser version of Dynamics 365 in a lot of cases. So,
Yeah, everything's laid out so nicely. And for those of you watching this, just be aware that so this is actually Bryn's phone. So we're
yes.
using the software to pull the phone to the computer so we can do this video. So if there's like screen glitches or like if it's looks like it's like doubling up, it's just because the lag time between the viewing software and the phone. So it's not that the app actually does
Yeah.
that. It's just the rendering of the app.
Yes.
This is really crazy,
Yeah.
Bryn. So this is my full records and I know this is probably beyond the scope of this call, but can I customize this? Like if I wanted to see a different layout, is this the same layout that's on my desktop or is this a different layout or could I have a different one desktop versus mobile? Because a lot of times on mobile, I just want to see the core
Mhm.
basics and get going. I don't want to have to like be sifting through fields that are kind of nice to haves, but not really essential.
Yes, exactly. That's a really good point. So you can see here in my actual sandbox, which we could pull up later, there's a lot more information on this record. There's a lot more field values. This is just kind of like those core fields that maybe I think are most important to me. But we're in a sandbox environment as well. So you can see like the address one, street one. You can clean these up. You can customize these forms. And you can control definitely down here. If I scroll, it'll follow along with me.
So Brent, can I create a new contact or a new account from this screen?
Yes, absolutely. So you can see I've got my little create contact icon right up at the top there. I'm just going to select that and get this nice little pop-up where I can either choose an existing contact or I can create one. I'm just going to select create. And
Oh, so you could, if you had an
yeah,
existing contact, you could tie it to Alpine Ski House. Like if you accidentally input someone separately, not tied to the main company record.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah, if
cool.
somebody's moved companies, which sometimes will happen if you're working with a lot of partners. But yeah, I'm going to create a brand new contact for
Yeah.
somebody that I haven't worked with before. But you can see I've got a lot of the same options that I will have also on my typical CRM form, but this is also customizable. So if I, want to show just like the quick ads, like my email, my phone number, my name, those are all really easy to add right from here. See a couple other cool things that we can do here. If I select the expand icon up at the top right corner, it's going to take me to an expanded view of my account where I can see any to-do items. So if I have tasks that are already in the system for this account that I need to follow up on, looks like I have a site visit that's coming up soon. I can check all of my activities right here on this view, and I can add additional activities using the icon right down there at the bottom as well. Let's say maybe I want to
Very cool.
add a new task here. Let's say send my pricing over. Might be an important one if I'm working on an opportunity. I have that due, say, next week on Monday. And that's it. So I save my opportunity and this will sync. If I have the Outlook integration with my Outlook, and it will also sync, obviously, display in my full Dynamics 365 app as well.
So that'll show on my Outlook calendar. And so I have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm a sales rep. I'm on the road. I go visit with Alpine Ski
Yes.
House. And let's say I had a record that says on-site visit. So when I go to Alpine Ski House and I go close off that task in here, could it automatically be set to remind me to update them when I get back to the
Yeah.
office, or to maybe send an email to my sales and marketing coordinator to follow up with Peter to make sure that he gets his call report in?
Yeah, you actually can even do your your call recording, your call reporting here from the mobile app as well. So if I wanted to say I called Maria, I can open this task up. I can add some notes about how my phone call went. Well, actually, this phone call looks like Maria's out of office, but I can edit any details, add any details, create follow up tasks, like you were just saying as well. So if I wanted to create a follow up task to reach out in the future. I also can, let's just see if we can close that task out again. Let's say I sent that pricing. I'm literally just going to check this send pricing, and that completed that task for me. So I can undo it. Let me open that back up. And I could add additional
Okay,
follow
so
ups
I've got a
here.
bunch of
Yeah,
questions about this.
go for it.
This is pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. So you're going a little bit fast when you're clicking these things because I don't think it's actually showing
Uh,
through on the screen. But so just for those of you following along at home, so what Brent has just showed us is you can just do a basic kind of call. So like there's a type of activity called a call. But Bryn, you can also create a specific call report. And a lot of our customers have done that. So it can store lots of different pieces of
yes.
information so that they can search and get a lot more rich data about how a call went, what the next steps are, who was spoken to, etc. So if people did that, they could also use the mobile app to track actual call reports. And I would assume what you just showed us there is you can then attach potential activities
Mm-hmm.
and just like kind of check them and say, okay, now I want to send the pricing. I want to send the new product
Yes.
catalog. I want to do this. And then those activities could be automated so that it could go onto my calendar to do those things, but also if I have assistants, it could go to my coordinator, my sales
Yes,
coordinator.
exactly. I could assign you 100 tasks from my phone, Peter, just sitting in my car.
That sounds
Yeah,
horrible.
I could though if I wanted to. But yes, you can assign tasks to yourself. You can create tasks for other users. You can close out tasks that you have existing. So as you're kind of checking these items off your to-do list for today, you can just knock those out with a single click. I don't have to go to my laptop, open it up, log in, open my tasks, check completed, enter any notes. I can do all of that in really one or two clicks right from my phone.
This is so essential because a lot of people, salespeople in particular, just really dislike their CRM. And a lot of it is because there is a burden of entering data. But what you've just showed me is that I can actually use this in the field and it will save me time because I don't have to scribble down
Yeah.
notes or remember notes or put Outlook tasks in. I can just do all this from my CRM. It will hook in with my team. It will create automations. I also do like email
Oh
templates
yeah.
here. Like, well, is that an
It is an
option?
option, yeah. So
So like if
there's a
there's
lot of flexibility, definitely.
okay, so like if someone says, "Hey, could you send me that price list?" I could just while I'm sitting there talking to them, go in, say, send price list email, and it automatically has the latest price list that someone has taken care of for me. So I don't have to go digging through files to find the latest price list, and it'll just shoot it off
Yeah,
immediately.
I think that this would be a really good one to kind of maybe walk through with the Power Apps app later because we can set up an easy button to trigger that process as well. And you literally could have just a button right here on this form that says send pricing. I click that button, it's going to kick off a whole process to go pull that pricing, build that email template for me, send it out to my customer. And that's really all that I have to do is just click that one button from my phone.
And for those of you who don't know, easy buttons are it's a set of functionality that we've developed and we share with our customers, and it does exactly what Brent says. It can take common tasks that are like 1, 2, 5, 10, 20
Yeah.
clicks that take a few minutes here and there, and it could turn them into buttons. So it's not always a single click. Sometimes you'll click it and then you'll have to do some things. Like if I wanted to create a follow-up task, it might default to
Yeah.
7 days, but for this customer, I might say 2 weeks from now, not 10, not 7 days. So, but it does streamline and automate things. And the point again is a salesperson like me who generally struggles with using CRM can now have this tool on his phone or her phone and just make life easier for me. It encourages use of CRM. It creates disciplined follow-ups. It also creates consistency with all your people. It saves time and effort so that the salespeople can actually focus on the things that require human
Yeah.
engagement, like uh, listening, hearing, advising, those kind of things, not scribbling down notes to do the follow-ups, because those things are just honestly time wasters and they get forgotten a lot of times, especially if a salesperson's really busy. So it should increase sales close rates, but also customer satisfaction. So really cool stuff. Bryn, this is fascinating. Can I also create opportunities? So if I'm at a customer and they say, "Hey, let's talk about later this year, we're going to be putting a big order in." Like, can I create an opportunity here as
I
well?
can, yes. So I just clicked the expand option if I wanted to look at the whole record and see just all of the data in here. That you can see I've got pretty much a mirror view of what this environment would look like inside my Dynamics 365, my full version. So I'm just going to click here to view my existing opportunities on this account. It looks like I have a couple that are open, more than a couple, right? I've got a good amount of opportunities that are open with this customer. So if I wanted to open those records and really kind of drill down into my ongoing tasks, I could do that. Or as you were saying, I'm just going to say new opportunity right here at the bottom. And it's going to pull up my exact same quick create form that I'm typically working with in Dynamics. And I could enter all of my details right in here.
This is really cool. So before what you were showing us was more like a custom mobile app, and now it's like it's actually pulling up the behind the scenes. This is what I see on my actual desktop when I'm using my browser.
Yes.
So you get the best of both worlds.
Just put in new opportunity here. Give myself some estimated revenue, a close date.
And as you're doing that, just to be super clear, like all of this is hooking with the main system. So if I did this, my sales manager, does it sync up or does it happen in real time? Like, does it go right onto my
In
dashboard?
real time. So if I were to minimize this and pull up my desktop version of CRM, refresh that record or open that record, and I'd be able to see that brand new opportunity within seconds. I mean, I wouldn't even use the word sync. It's happening in real time.
That's really cool. Okay, that's just really fascinating stuff. So I want to level set. So I want to start my day. I want to just kind of get my bearings. Can I see dashboards in here? Can I see kind of like an overview of what I have planned for the day or what's important to me?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you see right down at the very bottom right corner of the screen where it says more with those three little dots that we're used to seeing in Dynamics, I'm just going to select that and it will open up, that left-hand navigation pane that just kind of runs alongside of your Dynamics app. That's the exact same thing
Yeah.
that we're looking at here. So I can see all of my options, including right up there at the top, my dashboards.
And just for those of you watching this, if
Look,
you're most menus are different based on your environment, so your menu would look different. This is just a
yes,
sample of our system. So that menu will be exactly like your system in the order that you're used to. So it makes it really easy to use the mobile app. So this is
yes,
really freaking cool. So I can see all the important dashboards, and again, these are just representative, but I can see all the important dashboards of things that I need to be doing or focusing my day on to maximize my productivity. And I can see all the different dashboards, just like I could see on my desktop. I could see like my daily sales dashboard, the things that need my attention, which we call the red alerts dashboard.
mhm,
And can I see graphics too? It's like I saw that pipeline
yes.
before. Can I see like bar charts and pie charts and whatnot?
Let's take a look at our sales dashboard. I don't know that we have any Oh, yep. Well, check out my completed activities. I'm really rocking and rolling this month. But yes, charts,
Yeah,
graphics, any of that kind of stuff that we have queued up in our dashboards. We'll be able to see the exact same options here in our mobile app.
let's see. I think like from my standpoint, this overview has already been extremely impressive. Is there anything that I'm missing or not asking? Like I'm just trying to think like a salesperson. Oh, I know a big one. So will this call my mobile phone? So if I go pull up a contact and I want to call them, can I just click the call button on their phone number and will it call and then will it create an activity record for me so I can fill in notes?
Yes, it will. That is my favorite part about this entire app. So we waited until the end to talk about it. But you can see I've got my recent contacts there right up at the top. I'm just going to select Avery and it's going to pull up her contact record down there at the bottom. Just a nice little preview for me. So if I were to select that phone call right up there at the top, I can choose which of her numbers, right? Is it that I want to call? Select that mobile phone And it's not only going to give
Are
me
you actually calling this person right
I
now?
know, that's what I'm saying. So don't try this, or don't try this at home in your sandbox environment like me. But yes, I could press that blue hyperlink down at the bottom to actually place this phone call. And you can see I've already got my task created and a place for all of my notes. So as soon as I hang up from this call, I can just add my details, add my information, add any kind of notes that I have from the call, and it's going to automatically save it back to CRM for me, which yeah is a big headache, I know, for a lot of people, kind of tracking those phone calls in CRM. When I have to first make the call, then I go into CRM a bit later, I pull it up, I create my phone call record, I add my notes. This is doing all of that for us right now in just a couple of clicks on my phone.
Amazing. Now, and I think just for those of you who don't take advantage of this, like you could default that title like to something like the date and the
Yes.
customer name, just so that way it's just automatically pre-filled. Because one of the things as a salesperson I hate is filling out forms. So anywhere you can automate and like kind of like create generic titles, and you can also then, they can override it if they want, but then the generic title would be in there just to save them some time because that is a required field. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Bryn, this doesn't actually record my conversation. So
Correct.
what it would do is it's going to create a record that I could then click in the description box and do voice to text or type in the conversation that just happened or the key points of that
Yeah,
conversation.
absolutely. So there are some other dialer integrations. I don't know if we have any videos about those currently, but what we're doing here today is we're literally just saving a record of the fact that this phone call happened and any notes about it.
I think that's
Hmm.
good because, I mean, a lot of times you'll have a phone call with someone, and I know prospects will ask me, "Can we automatically record our calls?" And the answer is there are tools out there that will do that with Dynamics, but we generally don't recommend it because what'll happen is you get lots of honestly worthless
Yeah.
information. Hey, Brent, how you doing? What's going on? You going to the Cubs game this weekend? Like just a lot of that stuff that
Yeah.
just isn't really that relevant when you're trying to organize and move forward with your next action step after a phone
Yeah,
call. So,
exactly.
but different strokes, different folks. If you want that, there are tools out there, and we can help you with those. Um, but yeah, this is really cool stuff. This I could so one of the things I go back to as a salesperson is I hate CRM because it's
Yeah.
such a pain in the butt and it doesn't do anything for me. But what Microsoft has done here is made it not only easy to use this, but it helps me automate and track things in a more natural way. So I don't have to scribble notes, or honestly, what happens a lot of times is forget to
Yes, I
scribble
was going to
notes
say, forget.
about what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. And it's also because it's real time, it connects with everyone in my office, so my manager can see what's going on, or my assistant or my fellow salespeople can help me if I just need a little bit of, a boost from, a team-based approach, which most people these days, I think, not all, but a lot of people are doing team-based selling, so
Yeah.
it's important to stay connected with your peers.
Yes, exactly. And if you do have owners, so a lot of people will have, instead of individual owners that own records, you could have a team, like your inside sales team owns all of these records. So they're seeing these phone calls, these updates, these notes tracked to those accounts in real time and getting updates to their own dashboards if they're on the inside sales team. So that can be really useful too, that we don't have to say, hey, Peter, did you log that phone call that you made last week? Because I really need to follow up on, my next steps. Or I need somebody internally to kind of send this information over so I can get going. We kind of avoid that lag time, and we can see what's happening with all of our shared accounts, all of our mutual accounts in just, a couple of seconds, really.
Amazing stuff. So for those of you who haven't yet, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. We'll be making more videos. And on that note, we already said it once, but if there's things that you specifically want to know about the app and how it works and how it could help you, or if you just have a question about something, please leave a comment where you saw this video, or you can reach out to either of us on LinkedIn and ask us directly. We're happy to set up a one-on-one presentation of this. But the app is amazing. I have one last question, Bryn.
Yeah.
This was the sales app. So a lot of our customers have service people out in the field. Like we have
Yes.
consultants that are out in the field. Is there a service app as well, or is that coming?
To be honest, we could do a follow up video on this maybe in the Power Apps view, but you can link to the Customer Service Hub app. You could link to marketing, so I could view if I have like customer insights journeys, any of those apps on there. I can pull all of those up in within that app as well. This specific app is really targeted, geared towards sales, because so many of them we know are kind of on the road and not sitting in their office
Yeah.
working working off of a desktop too often. But that Power Apps app would be a good use case for somebody who maybe is working in customer service or marketing or other areas of the team.
That's a really good point. I lied. I have one last question.
Sure.
So I use the my iPad
Yes.
when I can because it's just a bigger screen, and I hate my I don't type very well on the phone. So can this app also run on the iPad? Will it expand to fill the room, or will it be like one of those clunky iPhone apps on the iPad where it just like it looks like this basically?
Yes, so there is an app for iPad that it looks pretty similar to what we're seeing here now, but as we did earlier, you also can always expand these records, right? And see. I think this is a better fit probably with the iPad app. We would see just an expanded view of these screens here. But yes, bring
Kind of
all
like
your
on my desktop
devices.
if my browser window. Yeah, exactly. Bring your own device to work. But
Yeah,
like on my desktop, if my browser's narrow, it'll do something like this. But if it's expanded, it'll fill the
yeah,
space available. Okay, cool. All right. Well,
yes.
I
It,
want to
it
thank you
adjusts with your
as
screen size.
awesome. I want to thank you very much for your time. As always, this was very informative. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Bryn, for being so patient with my questions.
Thank you for being so patient with my screen share. So I appreciate you. If there are any questions, definitely feel free to reach out and we can put together maybe some screens that are a little bit easier to share for next time.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you all later. Thanks, Bryn.